the rest of it, at least, is recorded. Was somebody's phone ringing?
That's mine. I'll turn it off. I have this lady who keeps. Ugh.
Hang on for a minute. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Essante team meeting. It's Monday morning. It's October 24th, and glad you could make it today. We were just chatting about Laura's router, so let's just pick that up. You didn't miss a whole heck of a lot. Her router failed over the weekend, which is a good thing. But what I was going to tell you, Laura, is that, and the reason it's a good thing is you nailed it. I went through a period of time, I don't know, earlier this year, I don't remember when my router was intermittent. And, you know, the biggest challenge in any technology situation is to try to debug something that's intermittent. It goes down, you know, I'd lose my connection, would be in the middle of a webinar just like this, I'd lose my connection, just reboot everything, and it's all back again. You can't figure out what the hell's going on. So failure, a hard failure is a good thing.
Absolutely, yeah, because Rick, I mean, he's really good with computers, but we were just like, what's going on? And when we moved offices, and this was the funny thing, is he asked me, he was like, I think I might just keep you on wireless. And I told him, I said, no, you're not. I want to be hard plugged in. I do not want wireless. I don't want anything to do with that. And he said, okay, I'll hardwire you in. Well, then I started having the problems again. And I'm like, I thought you hardwired me in. And he kept telling me I did. So anyway, so I was really super glad that that thing died. And I was really happy to get a new one that was better. So we're all good now. I tested it out this morning. I did a Facebook Live. Usually upstairs in the office, I was getting that weak connection message, and it seemed to do just fine. So, woohoo!
You did a live this morning? I didn't see it because I did see your message about you're going to do a live at 5 o'clock today.
Yeah, I just did an impromptu. I was just testing it out, and I kind of threw in there a tweet jukebox, just something that I found out over the weekend, that I realized that I almost missed the boat on that. If you're using tweet jukebox, which I'm not sure, Larry or Doug, are you guys using tweet jukebox?
No, don't know what it is.
Yeah,
Okay.
I am.
Okay, so did you switch over to social jukebox?
No, I did not.
Okay, you need to do that before the end of the month because they're transitioning. Tweet Jukebox is going away, but it's just being replaced with the new platform called Social Jukebox.
Yeah,
what about all the stuff we have set up in it now?
What?
Do we have to reset up everything we have now?
No, it automatically does it, but you need to go into Social Jukebox and sign in with your Twitter account, and it will bring everything over.
So what does it do?
And the beauty of Social Jukebox is that the Tweet Jukebox is expanding the platform. It was Tweet Jukebox because it only worked in Twitter. Now it works in Facebook.
And LinkedIn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What your 5 o'clock or 8 o'clock today is going to be about.
Right.
Auto posting.
Yep.
I'll be interesting. I'll be interested. I'm not going to give you my opinion. I'm very anxious to hear what you have to say about it, what your opinion is.
Okay. I'm anxious to tell it. Yeah, because there was already somebody thinking that I was saying autoresponder, that autoresponders were bad. And that's not what I was talking about. So maybe I will just clarify the difference between the two when I do it. So
yeah. Well,
okay.
You know, there are a lot of people out there that really do not understand what an autoresponder is. I mean, it's absolutely amazing. It's for those of us who have been around this business for a little while, we take for granted, and beware of this when you're talking to new customers too, about potentially bringing them into the business. We take for granted a lot of stuff that it's hard for me. I mean, it's really hard for me to remember, but there really was a day, not very long ago, that I did not know what a fan page was. I didn't know how to generate one, and I actually hired somebody to make a fan page for me. And, you know, that was only 2 or 3 years ago. I had no clue what an autoresponder was. I didn't know what they did. I mean, and so really, you got to remember that there's a lot of people that really have no idea about this technology that we're immersed in every day and we just take for granted.
Yep. I am on the same wavelength as you are, Len, because just last week, how we were talking about Marta. And, you know, when we were doing the lunch with Len and we were wanting her to search, and she was actually doing, I did a screen share with her. She was actually doing what we were telling her to do, but she wasn't on Chrome, and she had all of her, everything, the privacy settings set to private. And I guess just not realizing that there are still people out there that just don't know that. Yeah, I was mind blown. I'm like, wow, you know what? I really have to start remembering that just because I may have learned it, that they may not know it. And so, anyway.
Yeah, it's become so commonplace for us. I mean, we deal with it every day. We use it every day.
Yeah.
It's hard to remember that there are people that don't know this stuff.
Yeah.
And they've never heard of it before.
Yeah, because to me, one of my problems used to be just being too technical sometimes when I was talking to people.
Yeah,
So.
No, exactly. It's the same thing. It's just assuming that they know what we're talking about when they really have no idea. It's like we're speaking gibberish. I remember, and I'm going to tell you again, this wasn't that long ago. I remember I was in a live event, and there was a speaker, and he was talking about capture pages and stuff like that, and he invited people to ask him questions, and I was frankly too embarrassed. It was a big room with a lot of people, and I was really too embarrassed to hold up my hand and say, what's a capture page? And I found him in the back of the room later on, and I went up to him, and I felt very sheepish, but I said, I have no idea what you're talking about. You just gave this marvelous speech on stage, and I didn't understand a word of it. What's a capture page? You know? So it's yeah, we gotta remember that when we're talking, especially in this business, when we're if you're following and doing what we're doing, like on Tuesday nights, and going out to Facebook and looking in groups of people that are into organic food, that have not done any online marketing, they don't have a clue about the technology that we're working in, or they may not. Yeah, they may not. So we could easily blow them away and make it sound, if we're not careful, we can make it sound like it's hugely complicated. And you know what? It really is. I mean, the technology that we use is pretty incredible in what it does. And, you know, do you remember the day that you couldn't figure out how to boil water in your microwave? I remember those days.
Do you remember the day you learned not to put an egg in to hard boil it? It blew up.
Hey,
yeah.
I tell you what, I remember the days. I mean, I was in construction for the phone company. I went outside. I was a clerk for a couple of years, and that's like, you know, a couple of days, you can get it down. But when I went outside, I had no training, and they got rid of the apprentices. And guys were mad that there were no more apprentices. I just came out the title. I didn't know squadouche, as they say. And there were days I was thrown out on my own, and I just was totally confused. What the hell do I do next?
Yeah.
And it was just, I want to go to one whole subdivision and say, I'm sorry for your phone lines.
Well, the technology that we work in every day is very, very sophisticated, and to a new person coming in, tossing out the terms. So we got to be very careful of that. Hey, let's well, Laura, you were going to talk to me about this woman. You were going to talk to us about this woman you're talking with.
Oh yeah, I need your guys' help. Okay, so
You shoot her and put her out of her misery. Work?
you know, maybe there's still a chance. I don't know. But she friended me, and the conversation started out, you know, I always ask her, you know, her, I just said, you know, I see you're ready for fall. I guess her profile picture had leaves in it or something. Well, anyway, the first time that I asked her that, it took her like 16 days to actually come back and comment on my message. And then she said, oh, gee, sorry, I missed your first message. And then, so I said, well, do you want to catch up? And she said, yeah, she checked out my page. She was with MLSP back around 2008. She learned a lot. And she wanted to know what organic company that I was with, because she is with a company called Enagic Kangen Water.
Kangen Water.
Kangen Water.
I know Kangen Water.
That's
Okay.
a $1,000 machine.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I just said, oh, that's really sweet, blah, blah, blah. Yep, I'm with a company who has over 100 certified organic products, and they keep creating more. And I've never heard of her company. And but I know that they, you know, that our company teaches alkalizing, and that's what I'm learning about. That's what I told her. So she said, oh, so you're learning about alkalizing. Oh, okay. And then I told her, yes, I started logging my pH levels because our company has pH drops and pH strips. And then she said, wow, you will love Kangen Water. 42-year Japanese, blah, 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 blah. And then, so then I switched it back to MLSP. I said, yes, they're phenomenal. They really look out for you. And then she said, well, the only reason she quit was because her business took off like a wildfire, and she got really busy. And she's got $10,000 months. And
God bless her.
and then she says, have you ever heard of Shackley?
Wait. She's got what? 10,000 what?
$10,000 months.
Cool. Good for her.
Because of this water, which I thought was absolutely awesome. So we were just kind of keeping, you know, talking in the conversation. And then she says, oh, I told her that's a great reason to go into something that you are focusing on, especially if you are crazy, busy, and successful. And then she says, have you ever heard of Shackley? She switches over, and I'm like, yes. Then she says, oh, well, I was a Shackley distributor for almost 20 years. I never achieved my financial goals, but my very first year in Kangen Water, we made $177K. My point is the product, the company, and timing are huge. So I was just like, wow, that's awesome. It's kind of like the trifecta effect. The timing on the organic company I'm with now is also perfect, and they have less than 800 reps worldwide, and the products are super amazing, blah, blah, blah. And then she says, so she still wants to know, like, what's the name of the company, because I haven't told her yet. And then I said, well, would you like to see the videos? And she says, oh, well, probably I won't get to them tomorrow because I'm on a conference call right now. So I said, okay, well, then you can contact me again tomorrow, and then I can send them to you when you're ready to watch them. And she says, oh, okay. So she contacted me. Well, anyway, so I sent her the videos, and then she says, oh, and of course, because I'm sharing with you as well, here are my videos in a webinar for you to watch. I didn't even ask her for them. So anyway, so I said, okay. And then she sent me a food chart, an acid self-test. And I just said, thank you. I love learning. And she was like, me too. So now I went back to her. This was probably about a week later. And I say, how are you doing? And then she messages me back. I don't know, it was like 10 days later. And she's like, oh, I'm so sorry. I forgot about chatting with you. My other profile, blah, 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 blah. Does your company make mostly cleaning products? Also, did you get a chance to watch the demo or the webinar? And so, and I told her, I said, well, our company makes more than just cleaning products. They pretty much aren't going to stop until they make every product that they can think of. And And then I said, we need to make sure that we're eating and using 100% certified organic products. The cost of eating organic far outweighs the expensive cost of healthcare. And then she says, well, you're preaching to the choir. I've been eating organic and using toxic-free cleaners since 1980. And so I said, well, I know you know. And she said, well, did you watch the demo or webinar? And I was like, well, I said, I can't remember which one I watched, but I did watch one. And she said, what did you think? And I said, it just edifies why we alkalize. We're already doing this. That's why I love the company so much. They have everything we need to go green. And she says, water? I said, well, why do I need water? And then she says, your body is 75% water. So I said, yes, I've heard those machines are great, but I use pH drops. So I spend less money and add them to the water I use from my fridge. No need for the machine. And so she said, are you sure you watched the webinar or just the demo link? So at this point, it's like, what's your guys' opinion? Should I just say, I'm not interested in your company?
Yes. You know, it's because she's not going to look at our stuff. All she's doing is and if you were to buy one of those machines, because I think that's a company that Adam tried to get me in. And the problem is, one of the main guys jumping into it was Andrew Cass, who was the president and owner of my other company, Remarka Mobile, that went in the tank. And I told Adam, I says, you know what, it's a way too expensive product for me that I think I cannot sell. And stuff. So I got out. But what all she's doing is she's not really putting every conversation she is having with you is leading back to you getting her product. She's no interest in looking at our stuff.
Right.
So just tell her you're not interested, and thank you.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the same opinion that I would say.
You know what? I've got a guy that I was in a mastermind week in Vegas with Eric Worre with, and he was in Power then. Well, he tried all these other companies and he got out of it for a while, and now he's in a wine company. And I said, well, that's nice. You know, I'm glad. You know, how you like it? Oh, I love it. It's, you know, I'm having success with it and blah blah blah. But his body, you know, within about 3 minutes of conversation on Facebook Live, it's why don't we just become customers of each other? So you know what? I'm not a wine drinker. He goes, well, that doesn't matter because the top producer in the company doesn't drink at all. I said, well, first off, if I'm a customer of yours, I'm not going to be selling it. So I kind of left it at that. But I'm getting a lot of people are contacting me, and within about 2 or 3 minutes, they're putting their spiel on.
Yeah.
And they've had a little bit of this Facebook training,
Mm-hmm.
but they didn't pay attention to it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. Well, I concur with everything. It sounds like this woman is really just completely 100% totally interested in trying to sell you one of her machines. She's not listening to you.
I think I'm going to be bold.
Huh?
I'm going to be bold, and I'm going to tell her something like, you know, when you start throwing I forget what I'm going to say, but I'm going to say something like, you know, people are going to know that you're not really, that all you're about is your product and that you're not even caring about them. And I really do not want to be in business with somebody like that. And I'm not going to say it like that. I'll figure out a way, but
here's what let me suggest. Rather than attacking her, because that doesn't do any good at all, is just do a takeaway. Just take, you know, listen, I've been thinking about our conversation and it doesn't seem like you're a fit for my business.
Oh, that's good.
I don't think we fit. And that's a huge psychological takeaway.
Yeah, you're right, Glenn.
And it's not confrontational.
That's why you guys are awesome.
And by the way, is anybody else besides me? I think you are, Laura, but is anybody using the funnels And the reason I have a very specific reason to ask the question, and the reason is I am getting response on the Stop the Soak funnel. I'm actually getting, I mean, not a lot, you know, but people are signing in through the funnel. And in the same sentence, I'm going to ask you, did everybody see the list of things that Doug put out several days ago in the Shift Up group about, you know, questions you can ask people? And I've used 2 of them, and there was like 4 or 5 of them. The most recent one I used is, what if I told you that I was helping people rid their body of toxins and blah, 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 blah? Would you be interested in learning more? And I don't remember what exactly the words were, but it was a post. I found a picture.
Okay, where did he go?
Huh?
Where'd you go? You kind of,
Froze.
yeah, you froze.
Am I back?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Anyhow, you know, I've been using some of these things that Doug put out as suggestions, and I've gotten hits on every one of them when I put them out there.
So I've got a question. You put them out. So like I have very limited time of like early in the morning and a little bit of time in the evening. I notice your posts go out sort of sequentially or whatever throughout the day. So how do you manage that, or are you home all the time?
How do I manage it? I guess.
Well, like you say, is there a way of posting in the morning, 10 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 4 o'clock?
Well, yeah, there are. I mean, there are. In Facebook, you can program posts on your fan pages.
I didn't know that.
One of the selections, when you go to post on your fan page, if you look there, one of the selections that it offers you is to schedule the post. So I am sitting here right now, just actually, I have to start it. No, you know what? I'm not going to do that because I have to start a new post to do it. Yeah, there's an option to schedule posts on Facebook. There's also, now, we're going to have to wait and see what Laura has to say this afternoon at 5 o'clock. I want to see what she has to say about auto posting. There are auto posters, and you can, and you know, clearly Laura is looking into auto posters, so let's hear her opinion. But yeah, I mean, I understand your issue, Doug. And what I would do in your case is put up a post, at least put up one in the morning and one in the evening, and distribute it. And it's not just putting it on your fan page. I mean, I'm distributing through about 25 different groups, and I could be doing more groups than I'm doing, but it doesn't matter. And I'm getting hits on them. So all I'm saying is that there's interest out there in the Stop the Soak one. That's working for me right now. And the real reason I went there was to ask you guys if you know what I'm talking about when I tell you about the file that Doug uploaded into Shift Up that has several things that you can use, language that you can use in.
I still can't get into Shift Up training. I sent a message to Jody. I don't want to bother her, you know.
Okay, well, this file is in the Shift Up group in Facebook. It's not in the training site.
Oh, it's in the Shift Up Facebook group.
Yes. Here, let me do a screen share real quick.
Okay.
Present to everyone. Facebook. Shift Up. Shift Up team. Shift Up team. Okay, Shift Up team. And in files, you with me? Everybody see me?
Yep.
Yes.
Smile. Okay. 4 conversation openers about our products that will pull people towards you.
Okay.
And I used this one the other day. I did that, and I got a couple of responses back. People want to know what it was. And then this one I used the other day. This is the most recent one I used. No, not that one. Never mind. I haven't used that one yet. Here, this one. I used this one on Friday. I mean, I reworded it a bit, but I used it. And so if you go back to, let me look at either home or Lem. Doo-doo-doo. Doo-doo-doo. Come on, you can do it. You can do it. Here we go. Come on, come on, come on. There's the post right there. So if you look at the words, it's almost the same words. What if I told you I'm helping people cleanse the poisons out of their bodies, and this results in people looking younger, feeling incredible, losing weight, their energy is off the charts. Would you be interested to learn more? And I put out one of these without the link to the Toxic Truth videos, and I put another one out with just a link to the Shift Up. And I found this picture. I just found this picture online. I may have found it in Essante. I'm not sure, but anyhow, yeah, I'm getting responses from some of this stuff. I would, I suggest
you
give
put
it a try.
You put that on your fan page, and you and did you did you boost that post or no? Is it just on your fan page?
It was not boosted. It's just on I put it on all my fan pages and my personal profile, and I distributed it into all the groups that I distribute through.
Okay.
So, right. So, these things are working. It takes time. You got to hit a lot of people. You got to kiss a lot of princes to find a frog, or was it frogs to find a prince? Which way does that work? I don't know.
Angel was also talking about going and getting, being members of a certain group. Like, Doug, I'll just tell you what I'm thinking for you is, are you in any Facebook groups for sailing yet?
Oh yeah, I'm in a bunch of those, but a lot of their criteria is no advertising, anything like that. So yeah, I guess I'd have to be careful on how I word things.
Well, what I would suggest, and this is one of Angel's strategies that she had talked about last week, was if you're just in there talking to people, you don't have to advertise. I know this is a little bit different from what Len said, but I'm getting a lot of people who, just because they see my name in one of these groups, they go and check me out, and then they start following me. And then when they start following me, when I post it on my page or my business page or my timeline, then they see it there. So you're what I've been doing that I think it's been working pretty good. I'll tell you how good it's working, because I don't know if this number is good or not. But like maybe less than 3 months ago, I had 0 people following me. And now I have almost 400. And these are not my friends. I have 825 friends, and those are besides my friends, people who I don't really want to become friends with, that are just following me. So the Angel's strategy, what I've been doing is I've been going into moms groups and just looking at some of the posts in there, commenting on them, liking them. And what happens is the other people that are in there, they're like, who are you? And then they come over, and then they start watching my page, and then they surf, and then they say, oh, I want to follow her. So anyway, so if you did that with your sailing group, I'm just trying to say that don't give up not not being able to post advertising things in there, still engage, and you can do that right from your phone. You know, so I would continue to do that, even if it's just, hey, I went sailing yesterday, you should have seen the water, it was beautiful. Something like that, that's real simple, that they're going to start seeing that you're just a guy who loves sailing.
Yeah. That's it. That's interesting because I did the first Facebook video yesterday. I've never done it before. Short of having a dirty lens, it came up sort of foggy, but that was the first time I've done that, and there was 57 views on it, but I don't know where they came from because I don't have that many people that are in the sailing group, so I don't know how they found it or saw it or anything, but that sort of, I was quite surprised.
It's the beginning. It's a step in the right direction. Screw it. Let's do it.
Yeah.
Okay. We're about to wrap up so we can get on the call.
Yeah.
Anybody have anything else on their mind right now?
No, you know what, Len, real quick. You were in a Shift Up group in Facebook, right? The Dare to Shift Up?
Yes.
I don't see the file thing.
It's the Shift Up. I think it's called Shift Up Team.
Yeah, Shift Up Team. That's what I have. And I've got the Dare to Shift Up.
So, yeah, okay, that's the...
If
So
I
you know
could
what you
spell-
can do? You can type in search this group.
Well, wait a minute. No, hang on. That won't work. It's if you search group, because you got to get into the file section. It's up here at the top.
I have no idea what's. I'm in that web page right there.
Yes.
And do me a favor. Can I screen share? I'll show you my page.
Yeah. I mean, this is. You don't have this menu.
I don't have the files thing. No, it's different. Let me screen share real quick.
Okay. Well, let me get off the screen share. Yeah, I'm not. Go ahead, Laura.
I was gonna say, what I was gonna say is when you get to the Dare to Shift Up, if you look in the search box right underneath the notifications bar and you type in Doug Fireball, it's like the 5th or 6th post down.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you can find it in the post. Yeah.
Oh, I found the files here. Yeah, okay. But see, you know, it's really weird because but it's so funny because Len's page is totally different than mine.
Well, it's not. It's exactly the same.
No.
But all your file stuff I mean, there's nothing here for it. But I found the files over
Under
on the
more.
left-hand
Under
side.
more. Under more.
Yeah.
Larry, come on over and hit more.
It says sell something, add files, create a photo, create a doc, create an event. So, but I did find the files thing that I was looking for. It's right over here.
Oh, it's over to the left.
Yeah.
You know
So
what?
I did
But you
find
were. Okay, well, you found it. Okay.
Okay. So some pages come up on the left and some come up underneath the title Shift Up
Yeah.
Team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Depending on what browser. What browser are you using?
Chrome.
Huh. Okay.
It may also be dependent on the platform or what computer you're on. I don't know. Yeah, but it's
Yeah.
there. But
This computer and I are not friends lately.
Yeah. But you found it.
I found it.
All righty, folks. Anything else?
Awesome. No.
All right.
Have a good day, guys.
Hey, don't forget. I mean, if you're missing the Monday night calls with Doug in the Legendary Lounge, you're missing some pretty good stuff. He's doing
He's Monday night now.
well, he always was. It was always Monday, Wednesday, and it was supposed to be Thursday, but now it's just Monday and Wednesday.
Okay, because last Wednesday it was Angel. I didn't even see a live from him. Okay, that's why I got confused.
Angel was okay. My memories I thought Angel was a different night and he was on Wednesday. But,
I'll go. I
yeah,
could be confused. I'll go back and look in Wednesday to see if, because I missed it.
there's so friggin' much stuff going on. It's just like sometimes, yeah, you feel like you're on a hamster wheel just trying to keep up with all these things. But yeah, he's doing these Facebook Lives on, I think they're supposed to be Monday and Wednesday, and it's pretty good.
Okay.
So,
All right.
and-
I'll go back and look for that one. Okay.
Okay. And other than that, you guys, folks, have a marvelous day.
Yeah. You too.
All right.
Bye.
Okay.
Okay,
Bye, guys.
see you guys.
All
Take
right.
care.
You too.
Bye-bye.